Thailand's weed crackdown, 16,000 shops about to disappear. Now, Thailand was the first country in Asia to decriminalize weed. People called it bold, progressive, a sign of a changing future. But less than 2 years later, the government is slamming the brakes. The Wild West is closing fast. They just dropped the hammer. Only 2,000 of the current 18,000 weed shops will survive. The rest shut down, licenses gone, and in some cases, criminal charges. If you're in the cannabis business or just visiting Thailand hoping to light up, this matters more than you think. I'm Scott. I am an American in Bangkok, and I've been living here for over 30 years, for what that's worth. I just want to say, if you like this video, do me a favor, please. Click the like button, and if you have yet to subscribe, please do so. Hit the notification bell so that you will stay informed of my upcoming videos and live streams. So listen, the gold rush is over. June 2022, Thailand decriminalized weed. No restrictions, no real laws, just a legal vacuum. Shops popped up like mushrooms, like weeds, after a monsoon, and every street had 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Airports, 7-Elevens, barber shops, all selling weed. No ID checks, no prescriptions. Cash and carry. And tourists loved it. Imagine that. Expats love it. Imagine that. And locals cashed in. And believe me, the locals are smoking too. But now the government has said enough. I've gone over this several times already. I just want to read some of the things. This is from the Bangkok Post. And I just want to read some of the things here. Dr. Samluk Jung Saman of the Department of Thai Traditional and Alternative Medicine just confirmed most of these shops will be shut down. The new rules are strict and most businesses won't make the cut. And so here's what's required under the new 2024 cannabis law. I don't know. I thought it would be 2025. But anyway, every shop must convert into a medical clinic. They must have a licensed doctor on site full time. Customers must have a real prescription on an official form. Okay, what does that mean? Shops must report sales and prescriptions every single month. It's not just about cannabis culture anymore. It's about medical control. If you're selling joints over the counter, you're probably finished. And they are not playing around. And I said this in the very beginning. Well, it came to light that this might be changing from recreational to, hey, it's not going to be legal anymore. And I said, I don't know what it is, but it just sounds like the tone of the government is a little bit different. And like I said, and I've said this before, I don't smoke anymore. I used to. I don't think this should be illegal. I don't think people should be thrown in jail for this. And, you know, it is what it is. You got to follow the rules or whatever. But I think they're making a mistake by doing this. But that's just my opinion, okay? But they are not playing around anymore. 82 licenses have been suspended so far. 322 shops have been closed. And 7 criminal prosecutions have already been filed. And they have already inspected 1,500 shops. And that number is climbing. So the crackdown, well, cannabis use in Thailand obviously exploded. According to Dr. Thanakrit Jitarirat, over 1.5 million people now use cannabis, up from just 160,000 before decriminalization. Now, that's 160,000 that they think they know of. What about all the people that do it and nobody even knows about it? Come on. The government says this wasn't supposed to be a party drug. It was supposed to be medical. But without law in place, the whole thing spiraled out of control. And now, new government, conservative leadership, international image on the line. I don't understand about this whole image thing, because you know what? The image is what it is, and people are going to think what they think. I can tell you that back home, my mother, when she found out I was living here, she goes, isn't Bangkok, isn't Thailand the kind of place where you can get anything you want? And I said, well, just about, and that's pretty much how it is. And listen, you go to Pattaya, oh, there are no prostitutes there. Huh? Say what? Anybody with half a brain knows that there are prostitutes, not only in Pattaya, but many, many other cities, many other places. Okay, so this whole image thing, I understand they want to look good to the outside world, but, it is what it is, and they don't want Bangkok looking like Amsterdam on steroids. They want control, structure, a paper trail, and revenue. And this is not just about shops. This is about the supply chain, and right now, Thailand has 69 GACP certified cultivation sites producing about 72,000 kilograms of buds, dried flower per year. That's about to rise to 125,000 kilograms once more plots are approved. And here's the catch. Only certified growers can supply these new medical clinics. You can't just grow and sell anymore. You need government blessing. You need lab results. You need low heavy metals, minimal pesticides, and proper THC CBD ratios. So if you're thinking of moving to Thailand and starting a weed farm, you are a couple years too late. It's actually more than 2 years. But so let's be honest, 90% of these shops were never built for medical use. They were quick cash grabs. They were about selling to tourists in some cases and not patients. But it didn't seem, I really have a hard time believing that they set this up and they had no idea that people would be using recreational. I think that's just malarkey, okay? Now, those small shops like that, they're going to die. The real winners are the licensed clinics, the well-funded investors who can afford doctors, and government-backed farms with full lab certification. And the small shops, tourists who thought they found a weed paradise, expats who thought this would be the next California, they're the losers, if you want to call them that. So now, doctor training starts July 16th. Shop staff training starts July 17th. By the end of this year, they plan to finish the transformation. Telemedicine will be introduced. Prescriptions will be tightly monitored. Now, maybe that's true. I don't know, but that's what they say. And I'm just bringing you the news. And the image Thailand wants to project is clear. Weed is legal, but only for medicinal use, not recreational use. So if you are planning to come here and smoke casually in public, go out in front of your apartment, smoke a big doobie, or open a little dispensary on the beach or whatever, you better think again. Thailand was never meant to be a free-for-all. This last 2 years were a mistake. At least that's what the government says. And now they are scrambling to erase their mistake. And they're doing it fast with absolutely no apologies. If you're already in the business, it's survival of the fittest. If you're a tourist, expect changes. If you're an expat here just trying to enjoy the scene, you better watch out. You better, I don't know, just chill, take it easy. And before this legalization happened, people were smoking pot. People are still going to smoke pot, whether it's illegal or not. They'll take their chances, okay? This is not a gray area anymore, as I've said many times, and I had a lot of people questioning me. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, listen, sometimes I'm wrong. I understand that. But I know what they put in the Royal Gazette, and I know what they're saying, and I think this is going to stick. Let's see. I think it will. Medicinal use only, and most of what we've seen so far means that weed is over. I've said something else too, and that is Thailand is over. The Thailand that we knew before, it's over. People are over it. They want to go elsewhere. They'll go elsewhere. They'll go Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar. They'll go all Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. That's just in Southeast Asia. Okay? Anyway, that's all I have. So thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. Remember to smash the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to show your support, hit the join button down below, and you will be directed to where you can pay as little as $1.99 to be a VIP of the channel. Appreciate it. If you need a consultation, just email me at americaninbangkok@gmail.com. And that is all I have. So until next time, chok di leo jerkan mai, which is good luck, and see you again. Take care.